Mark, fantastic to see you here in Misano. We'll start off by getting your reaction, I guess, to the biggest news of the week, and that unfortunately no Valentino Rossi here this weekend. We know that as an ex-athlete, you're probably more likely than, or more so able to than any of us empathise with him, and just how much of a dent that will be to him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it comes with the territory. Obviously, we know all the motorbike guys are riding bikes in training, right? So there's always injuries that can be on the radar, whether they're small injuries, whether they're bigger ones, and of course ones that stop you from even doing your job. And this one now, of course, with Valentino is unfortunately the latter, that he can't ride for the next few races at least. And yeah, for the championship, for home race, for everything for him, he just was starting to, I think, ride the bike unbelievably well as well. He was starting to fall in love with the Yamaha again in a way, in terms of really fighting at Silverstone in a great way on a track really that hasn't been great for him in the dry. So for him to be performing that well at Silverstone, I think he could have done some really special things in these next few races. So it's a great shame. Of course, you have to also think that it's great that he's in one piece generally. Of course, the injury's there, he can't ride, but it's all relative, right? But very, very difficult mentally, I suppose, for him to deal with it. Yeah.
Well, mentally, as you just mentioned there, how do you begin to come back from something like that?
Well, no question, he's strong enough to come back from it. He'll do that, and he has a chance to win races before the year's out. But in terms of him mentally getting through these next few months, knowing that that there's an opportunity in terms of the points that he'll miss, and watching today's race in these conditions is also another a blow for him, because this is made for him. These conditions are made for him to go out there and show all of his experience and show his composure, and so that's the hardest thing, I suppose, is what's the opportunity that's missed, not coming back and performing well. That won't be in question.
We'll get your reaction or your permutations for the race in just a moment, but as we can tell, and as we know, you're a big MotoGP fan, so we know you've been keeping a close eye on the championship. What have you made of it? I mean, it's just been a standout season. Has anyone in particular stood out for you in their performances? Well,
I think that we're all witnessing an incredible championship. There's no question about that, with all the different manufacturers involved, with Yamaha, Honda and Ducati obviously all fighting for the top spots. So yeah, I think Dovi on the Ducati has been exceptional. Obviously we expected probably more from Jorge to fight for the championship, but obviously he hasn't been as comfortable on the Ducati this year as we would have probably foreseen. And both Yamaha riders have been very strong as well. Mark, as well, as we'd expect from him, he's obviously a phenomenal talent and very, very quick. Obviously the engine failure in Silverstone was pretty dramatic for his championship as well. So it's unreal how close all the manufacturers are and the riders are riding, and it's super, super dramatic in terms of how each weekend you never know who's going to win, which is why we love it.
Well, one thing that will definitely turn the results on its head today will be this weather that we unfortunately are experiencing here today. Do you dare to hedge a bet on who we'll see on the podium?
Podium, wow, that will be. I think it'll be mixed. I think Petrucci's fast in the rain, isn't he? Jack Miller is also quick in the wet. We've got some real, I suppose, outsiders that could get on the steps today. But in terms of the composure, I think of the big guys to have a clean race for 50 minutes or so, or however long it takes to do a wet Grand Prix around here, is going to be really a battle of the minds to stay not too aggressive and be the controlled management of your head, really, to get the job done. Obviously, Dobby leading the championship, for him this is uncharted waters in terms of tricky conditions. Trying to close out a clean Grand Prix in such tough conditions is new for him. Marquez, he'll be fighting. Carl Crutchlow's fast in the rain as well. So there's the podium's going to be very, very difficult to predict. And Vinales didn't look too happy in the warm up. Didn't look too quick. So let's see. It's going to be a very, very interesting race.